North is dealer on this hand. North has 13 high card points, a fairly balanced hand. Admittedly, it includes a 5 card diamond suit and a doubleton heart, but it's a fairly balanced hand. But it's too weak to open one no trump. One no trump opener would promise 15 to 17 high card points, and as we said, North has just 13. And so I would expect North to open and to open one diamond. East passes and it's to South. As we've said several times, it's important to explore the possibility of an 8 card fit, 8+ cards fits in one of the majors. And so one diamond, someone opening one diamond might well have 4 cards in one of the majors, 4 hearts or 4 spades. And South wants to begin this exploration for a 4-4 fit in one of the majors by bidding one heart. Now, several comments about this one heart bid. Uh, you it South has a very good hand. South has 13, 14 high card points, and South definitely plans on making certain that North and South reach a game. But what because South knows that North has at least 13 points. What South doesn't know is which game would be best: 4 hearts, 4 spades, or 3 no trump. So that's comment one. Comment two: South can be certain that North will bid again, that this auction will not die at one heart. And of course, South would be incredibly unhappy if the auction did die at one heart. So why? Why does South know that the auction will not end here, that North will not pass? As we've said, a new suit bid by an unpassed responder, and the responder is South, and South hasn't passed previously, is forcing for one round. So what do we mean by forcing for one round? It means that opener has to bid one more time. And South can be confident, therefore, that South will get another bid and will make certain that the auction takes them to one of the games. Finally, North has both 4 hearts and 4 spades. And we said when you find yourself with 4 cards in each of the majors, it's usually best to just bid them up the line. So first show your hearts. Make it easy for North to bid spades. If North does not have 4 hearts but does have 4 spades, by bidding hearts, you make it easy for North to bid spades at North's second turn. Okay, so West passes and it's to North. North can't support hearts. North has just 2 hearts. North can't show spades. North has just 3 spades. A 1 spade bid here would promise at least 4 spades. The hand, again, as we said, is fairly balanced. And so I would expect North to simply bid one no trump. East passes and it's to South. South knows there's no 8 card fit in hearts. If North had 4 hearts, North would have raised hearts. South knows that there's no possibility of an 8 card fit in spades. If North had 4 spades, North would have shown them instead of rebidding one no trump. And so it looks from South's perspective that the best game is 3 no trump. 3 no trump is, as we've said lots of times, is often the bid that ends all auctions. Well, it doesn't end all auctions, but I would expect it to end this auction. Certainly East and West have nothing to say, and North has nothing further to say either. So East is on lead against 3 no trump. So East needs to choose an opening lead. We've often said that it's best to lead your fourth from your longest and strongest against a no trump contract in the absence of other considerations. So if you don't have an honor sequence, it's usually best, again, in the absence of other considerations, to lead your fourth best from your longest and strongest. Now, on this hand, there are some other considerations. East actually has three four-card suits, hearts, diamonds, and clubs. So which should East choose? Well, let's remember the bidding. North has shown diamonds. South has shown hearts. And it's usually not best to lead your opponent's suit against no trump. Remember what you're trying to do. You're trying to set up tricks in the suit that you're leading, and if your opponents have bid that suit, you're not likely to make much progress in setting up tricks in a suit that your opponents have bid. So I would lead clubs. I would lead a club on this auction, and in particular, I would lead my fourth best. And so I would lead the two of clubs. Now, North takes stock. North has four spades tricks coming, four spade tricks coming, and those can be taken in at any time. And North has a club trick, which North can take at any time. So North has five sure tricks, and so North has a fair amount of work to do. North needs to find four more tricks. And the diamonds look promising. Once the ace of diamonds is gone, North can take for those four diamond tricks. And so you would expect North's plan to be, at some point, win the opening lead, play the queen of diamonds, jack of diamonds, and just keep playing diamonds until East-West take their ace, and at which point the four diamond tricks are available. So, what about how should North play on the first trick? Well, that Jack Doubleton might be helpful, but it's going to require some luck. Well, what kind of luck? Well, if you play the Jack on this against the opening lead, what are you hoping for? You're hoping that East began with both the king and the queen. And that's possible. Suppose East held the king of clubs, the queen of clubs, the eight of clubs, and the two of clubs. Well, the standard lead with that holding would be the two. And so if I were North, I would cross my fingers. I would be hoping that East had both the king and the queen, and I would play the Jack. But this is not North's lucky day. East plays the king. West plays the king. There's something to be gained and not much to be lost by letting West hold this trick. And so let's suppose that North plays the six. And so West wins the first trick. What should West play at this point? Well, as we've often said, it's often best to continue to play the suit that your partner has led when you're defending against a no-trump contract. Certainly there are exceptions. But as a general principle, in the absence of other considerations, it's best to continue the suit that your partner has led. So, what should we make of this two of clubs lead? Well, it looks like partners started with four clubs. Well, how do you know that if you're West? Well, East led the two. The standard lead is fourth best. And so if you see the lead of the two, you know that partner didn't have any card lower than the two. There are none. And so that two must be East's fourth best. And so if East has four and West has four and South has two, that means North must have three. So West has a pretty clear idea of how many clubs West that North, the declarer has. North also has a pretty good idea of how many high card points North has. North has a balanced hand. North did rebid no trump, but North didn't open one no trump. And so North must have 13 or 14 points. So what does that tell you? Well, South has 14 high card points, and we said that North has 13 or 14. Let's call it 13 just for the moment. Well, that gives North-South 27 high card points. West has 3, the king of clubs, and that tells West that partner must have either 9 or 10 high card points. 10 if East started with 13, 9 if North started with 14. And so West actually knows a fair amount after this opening lead about the East and the North hands. Well, if West is going to continue attacking clubs, which clubs should West lead? Well, we said the following. If you started with 4 cards in partner's suit, return the lowest of the remaining 3. But if you started with 3 cards in the suit that partner led, return the highest of the remaining 2. Well, you started, West, started with 4 cards in partner's club suit, and so the correct return is the lowest of the remaining cards, the 3. North might duck again, and East sees that East can win this card really fairly cheaply. Can just play the 8, and the 8 is a winner in this case. And now East takes stock. So what should East make of this return of the 3 of clubs? Well, it could be. So that's clearly, the 3 of clubs is clearly the lowest club that remained in West's hand after the first trick. How do you know that? Well, the only club that was any lower is the 2, and you had the 2 in your hand, you now being East. So what are the possibilities? Well, when would West return the 3 of clubs? West would return the 3 of clubs in 2 possible cases. West started with 4 clubs, because we said if you started with 4 cards in partner's suit, you would return the lowest, so that's a possibility. West started with the king and 3 little clubs. And the other possibility is West started with the king and the 3 and no other clubs. But if East stops and thinks about this one a little further, East will see, no, that's not possible. West couldn't have started with just the king and 1 small club. Why is that? Well, if West started with 2 clubs and South started with 2 clubs and East started with 4, well, that's 4, 6, 8, which would mean that North started with 5 clubs. Well, this bidding would be very odd if North had 5 clubs. Remember, North opened diamonds and then rebid no trump, showing a fairly balanced hand. Well, if South North really had a 5-card club suit, I would have expected North to show the club suit on the second round of bidding, and therefore I would have expected South to bid 2 clubs instead of 1 no trump at North's second bid. And so East is now fairly confident that the clubs are distributed 4 with East, 2 with South, 4 with West, and 3 with North. And at this point, East's strategy should be pretty clear. East knows that North has just 1 club left. If East now leads a club and North has the ace, well, that's okay. North will take the ace, but remember, the queen will now be a winner. So think about that. East West together could win three club tricks. East has the ace of hearts, that could be four. East has the ace of diamonds, that could be five. And so, really, East ought to be fairly confident that they're going to defeat this contract. East leads back the 10. Not so clear what South would pitch. I would guess the 10 is a 10 of hearts. West partner plays the four of clubs, and West is forced to play the ace of clubs at this point. And North at this point has got to be feeling quite pessimistic about the chances of making this contract. North knows that East West together have at least one more club trick coming, and that they have the two aces, and so there isn't a whole lot of hope left here. But North says may as well give it a try, and so North tries establishing the diamond suit, leads the three of diamonds, and he says, "Aha, we've got him. We've already taken two club tricks. I can grab the ace of diamonds. I can cash the ace of hearts. That's our fourth trick. And I can cash the queen of clubs, and that's our fifth and setting trick. And so, for all intents and purposes, this hand is over. East West have defeated three clubs. So if East and West together have done their bridge detective work, this hand should go down one.